DJ Event Planner will change the way you manage and run your business. Streamline all of your procedures and software into one easy-to-manage system. DJ Event Planner, the ultimate online planning tool.
USA from RPM. Our name says it all. Get the latest hits while they're the hottest. With Top Hits USA, you'll have the track for sure. Visit tophitsusa.com or call 800-521-2537 and get a free demo.
All right, we are back for session number 2 tonight. This is Monday night. That means that there's more than one session. Generally, there's 3, sometimes 4, maybe up as many as 5. It depends if somebody's serving pizza. Jordan, did you bring pizza?
I don't have any pizza today. We had hot dogs.
You went up on me, man. I didn't even get that part before killing it tonight. Jordan Nelson's with me tonight, and we're going to be talking about beginning light shows. So light shows for DJs who are wanting to get into lighting. If you're a new DJ, this might give you some ideas and tips and such. Jordan, now you wrote a book about this. Tell us a little bit about the book.
Okay, so the book is an ebook. I got this idea last summer. I'm in college right now. I'm a pre-med student. I was taking my my upper division writing class, and so I was writing things anyway. I enjoy writing, and so I kind of, well, to give a little more background about me and the DJ side of things, I'm a gear addict, as I'm sure you are, and all the other DJs watching this. Yeah, and so I mean, as you can tell,
I was going to say, it's back there.
Yeah, and so I love lighting. I mean, lighting is my favorite. Doing DMX light shows, buying new lights. I mean, ask my wife; she's in the other room. But packages are coming weekly, so which is tough to do when you're both college students. Let me tell you. So it's just a passion of mine. I love to learn everything I can about it. I've watched every video put out by Jeremy and Brian and Arnaldo, and it's my passion. I'll read blogs and articles, and so that passion kind of manifests itself as I make posts on our Utah DJ page. And so I'd have a lot of the newer DJs come to me and ask what do you think about this light? How do I do this? How do I do that? And I felt like a lot of the questions weren't overly technical questions. A lot of them were questions that a lot of people have when they're first starting out. And I thought, this information's out there, but it's in so many different places. It's hard to find. You could spend years watching all these videos and reading all these articles. So what I tried to do is take everything that I've learned over 5 years about doing lighting, and not just about creating the biggest light show, but just about making setups that are pleasing to the eye, setups that look professional, look slick, look clean. And so I kind of took that info and condensed it into a 75-page ebook that you can read. And if you're starting out, it gets you 10 steps ahead of where most people start out. Because I know when I started out, it was like, oh, I'm going to buy this micro galaxian laser. I'm going to buy this moonflower, and I'm just going to point them and just shoot them all night. And it's something that a lot of people do. So that's kind of where it came from. I thought, there's a way that people, even if they don't spend $5,000 on lights, you can still make a great light show just by using simple aesthetics and tips like that.
Nice.
So yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. So how long have you been married?
I've been married just over a year. We had our anniversary on October 23rd.
Very nice. Very nice. So you've been married a year, and you're getting boxes on a regular basis. She sees all the DJ gear around the place, and she's still happily married with you. That's pretty impressive.
You know what? I know she's the one because she let me have our whole second bedroom as the studio. So
you got to hang on.
So that's how you know she loves me.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yes.
Who is Jeremy? Jeremy Breck is who he's referring to. Brian Red, Arnaldo Offerman. And there's others. DJ Mikey Mike was very, very big with doing some. He hasn't recently, but he did a lot of fabulous things. A lot of great talent out there. Well, so the ebook's out there. What's the name of the ebook, by the way, for the folks?
It's The Essential Guide to Building a Mobile DJ Light Show. So you can just type that into Amazon and it comes right up.
Or you can just go and look up Jordan's name, and you'll find there's a lot of Jordans, and then some things you'll get there. Jordan Nelson lights, and you'll find it. So let's kind of start. So if someone,
I'm sure that would get it there.
Yeah, it'll get you there. If somebody's wanting to start out, where's a good base start out point for someone if they're wanting to get into lights? Because there are some guys that come to watch our shows who aren't doing, especially more modern lights. So let's give them kind of a base. If they were starting over from scratch, where would you suggest they begin?
Oh, you're cutting out.
Oh, yep. You're. Are you back with me? Oh, this is part of doing live shows. Are we back?
Hold on. I mean, I can hear you now, but your video froze.
That's okay. Don't worry about my video.
Are you there? Are we back?
Yeah, I can see you and you're moving. So if you can hear me.
Okay. Are we good?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah. I missed your whole question.
Oh, yes. That's quite all right. That's quite all right. I'm waiting for you to come back here. So for somebody starting, where's a great spot? Because there's some out there who are needing to upgrade their lights. They haven't been running more modern lights. So let's just blank slate. Where would you start?
Okay. As in what fixtures? I'm guessing. Yeah.
Fixtures, or just where do you start? Let's say I have no lighting and I want to get into lighting. Where would you recommend they start?
Okay, so I think this recommendation's been made by everyone recently. The all-in-one fixtures, everyone's making them now. I think they're plenty versatile. You can do a lot with them. My personal favorite, I have a Chauvet Gig Bar LT, just their smallest one they make, and I take that out to a ton of small events, a lot of weddings. A bride, you try and upsell lights. She doesn't really want anything, but they understand that something on the dance floor would definitely help get their guests out of their comfort zone. So yeah, I take that Gig Bar out to everything. It's awesome. It has wash effects. It's got, the moonflower and then some strobes, just kind of some excitement. So I think the all-in-one fixtures are a great place to start. I know that we've talked about the Swarm fixtures and Chauvet is Swarm, right? Or American DJ? I don't know.
Chauvet's, but yeah. Swarm's Chauvet. And the Stinger all-in-one are American DJ.
Stinger. Yeah. So something like a Gig Bar is a great option. If you're wanting to do, I guess, a more modular setup, I think the first light anyone should buy is wash. I mean, you can, an effect light's great, but if your dance floor is dark, not going to help you out. So I think a wash light is definitely a good place to start. I use the Wash FX. I know Jeremy talks a lot about the Wash FX for ceiling washes and stuff, but they work just equally as well as a dance floor wash, and they're bright. I mean, I took two to a corporate party, probably about 100 people, 150 on the dance floor, and two of those more than enough. I had to keep the dimmer down to about 15% most of the night. So yeah, those are good fixtures I would recommend for wash lighting.
You mentioned that, having a couple of lights and on the floor, but then when you were talking earlier, you seemed that you were referring to, we put up our lights and shine them on a crowd and such. Is there a way to use lights that aren't going to, aiming lights? Maybe that's my question. Is there ways to aim lights properly?
Ways to aim lights. Well, yeah, obviously. One of the big things I stress in the book is always get your lights up on some kind of stand. I mean, besides up lights, it kills me when I see pictures on like Facebook groups with like lights on the floor, or lights right at eye level. I mean, that just kills. I mean, no one's going to want to like be out on this dance floor when they turn around, and every time they turn around, there's truck headlights right in the face. In some kind of stand, whether you're new and that's a T-bar, a pair of totems. I know like the pin spots can go on the ceiling and the ceiling brackets. I mean, whatever is, definitely get them above people's heads and aim them down. If you do have to mount them on a speaker or something like that, bounce them off the ceiling. But yeah, definitely don't aim for the eyes. As far as aiming, I think that's definitely the first place to start.
Now, you mentioned wash being the first. If a person got, this month, because they're wanting to budget it out, this month they maybe get a couple of wash fixtures. Where do they go next? I mean, when we see at these shows, these really cool, intelligent moving heads, what's the next step? I mean, you don't jump right to the intelligent moving heads, do you?
I mean, I guess it depends on your budget. Like some people have the budget to jump into that. And the great thing is there's good priced options. I'm partial to Chauvet. I have the Chauvet, the Intimidator 155s, which is the smallest head that they make. It still has a 32 watt LED. It's putting out, I can't remember how many lux, but it's enough that if you're doing a wedding, couple hundred people, it's visible. I could look up the specs, but so moving heads, those come in at around $399. If you know a dealer, you can get them cheaper than that for the Chauvet 155s, and they're a great moving head, a great place to start. If that's a little out of your price range, I would say some sort of effect light, something that's got DMX. I would say don't go for something that's only sound active. I would try and go for something DMX. That way you would be able to turn it off and on. I know we've talked about kind of layering your fixtures and using them at different points of the night instead of just turning them all on and leaving them all on the whole night. So it adds to the effect to be able to turn something on for a few songs, turn it off, turn it on. And there's even, I know American DJ makes that, the Wi-Fi switch pack now. I can't remember what the name of it is, but you can turn on and off like switches. Wi-Fi. Do you know what that's called?
I'm not sure.
I can't remember the name.
Yeah, yeah. They've got a bridge. They've got the Airstream. Their Airstream world is where that's all in.
Yeah. So there's options out there to control your fixtures, even if you don't have DMX. But I mean, I think most people will progress to that point. It's just too addicting to just do sound active all the time. I mean, especially when you see the difference you can make once you get into DMX programming. Even if it's simple DMX programming, you can make a lot of difference by just controlling on and off and speed and whatnot.
Jordan, that leads me to the question someone had for you in just a few seconds ago here. Lighting for weddings, high schools, corporate events, birthday parties, what have you. Where would DMX lighting be almost mandatory, and what type of, what are some of the events that maybe you wouldn't need to have DMX control?
I think DMX could have a place in every kind of event. I mean, there's never a situation where like you could say like, you wouldn't want to use DMX here. I mean, the versatility of being able to use your lights in specific ways, how you want to, on, off, speed, color, like why wouldn't you want that? But it comes with extra hassle and time to program it and set it up. I think weddings, if you do get into it, it's a big upsell, like spotlighted first dances. We tell brides about like, oh, we all spotlight on you. They love that idea. And we can say, these lights are not just going to sit and like strobe and spin the whole time. Like we can make elevating patterns like searchlights. And so people kind of, because when they think DJ lights, a lot of times they're like, oh, wow, like just a bunch of crazy flashing strobe lights all the time. But we can be like, no, it's more of an elegant, we can make them slow moving patterns, put your name in the monogram, in the gobo. So, and in the corporate as well, you can do the same type of thing.
Another question, sticking with DMX lighting, is it better to start with a hardware DMX controller or go to software right away? What would you recommend?
I'm a software person. I think it's so cheap now to get into software. The My DMX Buddy is what I started on. It's so capable for $99. If you bought a computer with great specs already for DJing, I can run, Show Express in the background while I'm DJing on Serato on the same computer. I don't do it all the time, but you totally can. Like lighting programs are very minimal on your processor, and it's just cheap to get in. And even if you buy a refurb computer from $129, I have a little computer I bought and stripped down from Amazon for $100, $200 solution, and it's just infinitely easier to program, infinitely, on the DMX.
Cool. Let's see. There was one up here. You mentioned with the DMX, you kind of insinuated that there was, that would be like an upsell. Do brides or do people know enough about it, or that they would actually pay for DMX programming of the light show? And if so, how would you convey that?
Absolutely, yeah. So I do it the same way. It's like I said, this book is a compilation of things I've learned from other DJs and from other sources. So one of the main selling points that I explain to brides is, we can transition the mood of the venue as the night moves on. We can change colors for different, events, dinner, dancing cocktail. We can do the programmed spotlighted first dance. We can spotlight your entrance. So when you say that you can highlight special moments, you can change the mood, and that it's all not just one static thing, I think conveying that is what makes the difference for people.
I think you're definitely right there, and I think that if a person can sell it, not say, oh, we can make green light across the room or blue light or whatever it is. I think if you can sell what that effect will mean to them, what benefit will they get out of it? It's just back to the old sales of we can sell the steak, or we can sell the sizzle, or we can sell. It's right, the same concept.
Yeah,
really, it is.
Yeah, and so like a lot of people. So when I put this book out there, a lot of the questions I get is like, oh, like, does this talk about DMX programming? Like, is this a book about DMX? And it's not. There's a chapter that briefly touches on DMX, and I've actually considered writing like the next book in the series, like a book just on DMX for DJs. Yeah. Kind of getting into that world. But what this book is about is what I've seen, and I'm sure you've seen it too, John. A lot of the posts on DJ pages online, people post a setup and it's great. They've got a nicely draped table. They've even taped their wires on their speaker stands, but they've got like a lighting tripod right in front of their table. Or they've got like one light on this side of the tripod and one on this side that don't match. Or they've got, a light that's, you know what I mean?
Oh, yes.
Or you see a microgalaxian shot onto the common knowledge tips, but for a lot of people that are just starting out, it's not. And they're out there. They're just in so many places. You'd have to watch, the 5 years worth of videos that I've watched and read all these articles to get all this info. And so I've just it's just about learning to think outside the box with your lighting. It's learning to think like, can I arrange my lights differently? How can I put my lighting stand or truss in a different area? How can I maximize this space with minimal amount of lights and still create something that's polished and clean? Because I think brides don't, you bring up DJ lights, like, oh, like you do DJ lights, or like, are they tack? Like, if you can show them pictures, like, no, like, look, this is the wires, it's symmetrical, it doesn't distract. It's about creating light shows that aren't distracting. They just add to the event instead of being their own thing.
Yeah, add to the event. I like that. Jordan, if people want to get in touch with you and ask some questions, what's the best way to do that?
So you can just email me my personal email. It's DJFayze, F-A-Y-Z-E. It's back there, but it's probably backwards. So F-A-Y-Z-E @gmail.com.
Cool. Very easy.
And then that book, will you put that link for the book in the description so people can find that?
Yeah, if you want to pop that over to me. I don't have it right with me tonight.
Yeah,
I didn't get a chance.
I'll get it to you.
Yeah, send it over, and I'll between the shows I'll put it in there, and then you guys can just do a refresh, and you can get that.
Yeah, perfect.
That'll be great. Hey, gang, we got to wrap up this segment because we're going to be back here in just a little bit. Yeah, man, a few people they're the DMX, the second book on DMX. They're really excited about.
Okay,
that's a big one. So I think you got a few votes for getting that one. So.
Okay.
Did you have that link, Jordan, handy? Actually, we'll just put it in there.
Oh yeah. Can I just send it to you and put it in the description?
Yeah, I'll put it in the description. If you can Facebook it to me, and we'll get that in there. Gang, we'll be back with Ryan Berger in just a few minutes. We've got a little bit of an internet lag going on here. So.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, grab that. So thank you guys. We'll be back in just a few with Ryan Berger tonight.